are again going to continue our topic here. You can say series that we have started in already our previous video, that is basic maths and vector. So for those who don't know about it, so actually we are covering the previous concept that you have already covered in your small classes like 7th, 8th or even 9th, 10th. So we are just covering those mathematics topic and some of the tips and tricks we are given, and which will be important for understanding physics and chemistry in more efficient way easily. Then we have already covered our trigonometry and some of the very important basic concepts like it also consists of some of the new topic like small angle approximation and range of function. Then we have already completed our angles, trigonometry, ACST rule and quadrants. So these are the things we have already revised in our previous video, as you can see. But as I have already told you in my previous video that from next video we are going to start with graphs. So yes, we are again going to start and continue with it. So today our topic is going to be straight line graph, inverse graph, parabolic graph, in which we are going to talk about how you will know that a straight line graph will be there, and how you will apply, because in some time in NEET it is asked that if this is equation, it will give you equation, and it will give you different types of graph, and it will ask that choose the correct option, which equation is following this graph. Okay, which graph is following that equation. So you just have to choose the answer. So for understanding, for solving that questions very easily, you need to understand graphs. So graphs consist of three main graphs: straight line graph like this, then we have inverse graph, then we have parabolic graph. It can be like, or it can also be like something sometimes. So before covering starting our new topic, as I have already told you that I have given some homeworks in my previous video. So let's answer those questions, and you can also check your answer. Okay. So our first question was about in the angle topic, in which you have to convert this 3 pi upon 4 into degree and 45 degree into radian. So by using the formula you can easily solve this question. Okay, so our answer will be something like this: 3 pi by 4, and as you know, for converting from radian to degree we need to multiply it with 180 upon pi. Then automatically you can see it will cut pi, 4 4 16, 4 5 ja 20. Then it will become 5 3 ja 15, 45 into 3, 5 3 15, 3 5 3 4 12, 30, 135. You will simply, your answer will be no. Your answer will be 135 degree. You can check also. Now, our next question is 45 degree, which you have to convert into radian. So kindly remember what is the formula for converting 45 degree into radian. So if you will remember, it is also written here that you have to multiply it with pi upon 180 degree. Okay? It is simply opposite. So 45 into pi upon 180 degree. Now 5 9 ja 45, 5 3 ja 15, 5 6 ja 30. Then 5 9 ja 45. Yes, it will be 5 9 ja 45. And 9 4 ja 36. You will get pi upon 4. This will be your answer of 45 degree into radian. If you will convert 45 degree into radian, your answer will be pi upon 4. So this is our question, and let's check some other question. Yes, this was our another homework. in which you have to find out now. Just don't see those concepts you have already learned. You just have to recall. As I have already told you all the tricks, how you have to learn and how you have to think on the question. Means if it asking for sine 37 degree, so how you have to calculate, because you know the hypotenuse in both the cases as well as 37 degree and 53 degree, it will remain same as 5. Okay, but in case of 37 degree, because it is a smaller angle, so you will use a smaller angle, a smaller number, that is 3 in place of perpendicular. But in case of 53 degree, it as it is bigger than 37 degree, so you will use 4 degree. But here what it is asking, cos 53 degree. So cos 53 degree. Cos means P upon H, B upon H. So cos 53 degree, okay, I am not seeing into this. So let me write the solution now. Okay. So cos means B upon H. B upon H. Now cos 53 degree. Here it will, what you will get, simply you know that it will get, as it is 53 degree, it will get bigger number into its hypotenuse. It will be 4 and its base will get 3 number, 3 as its base, but hypotenuse will become 5 and you will simply get an answer that will be 3 by 5. You can also calculate it in your mind, that cos 53 degree. You just have to imagine and assume. You can say no. You just have to vividly see your 53 degree diagram, means this diagram. In case of 37 degree, you just have to see both these diagrams. Automatically you can answer every type of question. So this was your second answer, 3 by 5. Now our third question is here. I hope you all have I hope you all have completed this, but if you haven't and if you have any confusion, you can clear now. As you can see, this is cos theta and 360 degree. So let me know, in case of 360 degree, does any changes come? Simply no. If you can remember here, I have already written that in case of 180 degree and 360 degree, no changes will come. It means this cos theta will remain cos theta. But here you can see, in case of 360 degree minus theta, it means it will come in fourth quadrant. And in fourth quadrant, which angles are allowed to be positive? That is cos theta and sec theta. But it is cos theta, so it will remain plus cos theta. Plus cos theta. Then tan theta, 360 plus theta. 360, oh my god, sorry, there's some problem. Okay, so because it is written here 360, it was just by mistake. 360 minus theta. What I am asking? Oh no, 360 minus theta. Okay, it will be in fourth quadrant. But in case of 360 plus theta, okay, this question is wrong, I think. Yes, it is wrong. It should not be, because as you know that there is no angle above 360 degree. Okay, when we doesn't consider, there is no angle above 360 degree. So sorry, this is a wrong question. This is just a wrong question, so don't focus on it. Now as I have already told you that our answer is right, and you can check. Then I think we have completed our homework section. Yes, already. Now no question is there. I hope. Let's start. You have already now till now this your atmosphere, our atmosphere is already made for studies. So let's start. First of all, we are going to start with straight line graph. Before starting straight line graph, let me tell you, let me draw how straight line graph looks like. I know you all know about it. You you all know, but if you have already forgotten it, just remember by seeing it. One more thing I want to say that first of all, because when I also have understood this topic, I was also having a lot of doubts during the lectures, during the classes, during the homeworks. But first of all, you should understand each and everything. Means what I want to say, I just want to say that kindly be with me through the last video till last. Okay, you have to, first of all, you continuously you have to be with me, you have to solve question with me, you have to understand with me. Means when I will complete this lecture, means this, because this, you know, this is our lecture number 2, lecture number 2, in which we are going to complete a straight line graph, inverse graph and parabolic graph. Then when I will complete this video till last, you will automatically clear your all doubt will automatically get clear, and you will have no question. If by chance, if you have doubt even after and this lecture, you can ask me in comment section. That's the use of comment section. So let's start with the straight line graph. So let me draw here. Okay, I think some basic information is important now. So wait for me. Now, first of all, there is some important concepts which are important to know for you. Okay? So first of all, let's discuss those topics. Okay. Basic information of graph, if related to the graph. Okay. So first of all, I am going to make a simple graph. Now what you have to do, so first of all, this is our x-axis and this is our y-axis. This is our x-axis and this is our y-axis. Now, one important thing, do you know this x-axis is independent. Means if you are taking any formula, don't worry, I am going to also take a formula where you will automatically understand that in x-axis, if you are putting any value, any physical quantity in x-axis, it will make sure it will be independent. Yeah, even if it is given to anywhere, it means if it is present in x-axis, it means it is independent. Now I think this is wrong. The spelling is wrong here. So independent. Now y-axis will always dependent. Now other than this independent and dependent, all other values will be constant. Yes, all other values. For example, I am taking this formula. As you know that energy is equal to m into g into h. Means mass into acceleration due to gravity, mass into acceleration due to gravity into height. Okay. if you will see every aspect, every physical quantity present in this formula, because E is the magnitude, if you will multiply M with G and H, you will get E. So can I say that this energy which we will get, it will be dependent? Yes, of course, because it is totally dependent. If the value of height change, if the value of gravitation change, if the value of mass change, this energy's value will automatically, it will get changed. Okay? Then in case of M and G, if you, as you know, does the acceleration due to gravity, what is its value? 9.8 meter per second square. Does it change? Does it vary from place to place? Is it variable? No, simply. Why? Because acceleration due to gravity will be same. So can I say that this acceleration due to gravity and mass is constant? Yes. Now weight can change, mass cannot be changed. So mass is a constant value, but weight is variable. But here mass is given, not weight. Then it is given height. But imagine if you are taking from height of 10 meter, the value of energy will be different. If you will change the value of height to 100 meter, automatically the value of energy will again change. So you can say that here only one physical quantity which is given here is independent. What is that? And that is H, means height. Because automatically M and G, means mass and acceleration due to gravity are not going to change, because they are constant. They will remain same in every situation. But height can be changed. We can change our height. For example, if I'm calculating energy from 5 meter, okay, the mass will be same. The acceleration due to gravity which is exerting on the spin will same. In case of if I'm changing height to 10 meter, then again the mass will be same, the acceleration due to gravity will be same, but the height is differing. So can I say that height is variable here? So it is totally independent. Okay. Now again take any more example. Some more example again, if I'm taking PV, no, okay, I'm just taking P is equal to M into V. P is equal to M into V. Then again, can I say this P as dependent value? Yes, because it is magnitude of mass into velocity. And mass will not change. Mass doesn't change. So is it constant? Yes. Then can I say this velocity? Because if you are taking in this, the velocity is different. If you are taking in this manner, the velocity is different. So in both cases, the velocity is like variable. It is changing. You can change according to your mood. Okay, according to what you want, what result you want. So it is independent. This is some of the basic information that I feel that you need to understand before starting our straight line graph or different types of graph. So let's recall one more time. In our graph, we have x-axis which is independent. We have y-axis which is dependent. If you will take any formula, it will have constant value, it will have independent value, and it will have some dependent quantities, independent quantities, and quantities, those are constant. Okay. Now in case of graph, sometime it will say that if the question is there, PV is equal to mu RT. If there is formula like this, and the graph is given, and is asking that you have to make the graph between, you plot the graph between P and V, means this P and this V. So which will be dependent, which will be independent? Simply because V is given here in x-axis, so it will remain independent. But and here as it is given the P in y-axis, then it will dependent. All other values will become constant, and that is in the case of questions. But in other cases it is like this. So don't be confused into both these things. Both these things are very important. Let me make you understand one more time. For example, if I am taking an example that s is equal to ut plus half of at square, and if the question is saying you to make a graph between s and u. S and u means displacement and initial velocity. So you will take s as dependent value because it is plotted on y-axis, and u as independent value because it is plotted in x-axis. Then all other quantities will become constant. They will have no play in this whole formula, in this whole question. Okay, that's about the basic information of graph. Our next topic, and now actually we are going to start, actual topic is going to start, that is straight line graph. So first of all, as I was telling, that first of all I am going to make just a graph, and here you can see that this is straight line graph. This is our straight line. Now, what is the general form? As you know, when you were understanding linear equation in one variable, linear equation in two variable. For example, if I will take an example of quadratic equation, the quadratic equation will always in the form of y is equal to, y is equal to ax square plus bx plus c. And what is the importance of this formula, of this general formula? Why? Because from this general formula you are going to identify whether an equation which is given in the form of numerical values. So only from this general formula you will be able to understand that whether it is quadratic equation or not. Means it works as a foundation, it works as a recognizing method. Okay? From this you can recognize whether any equation is quadratic or not. In the same way, I am going to talk about the general formula. Now I am not going to talk about general formula because it will become wrong, but it is general form of straight line graph. General form. Okay. So let me write here the general form, that is y is equal to mx plus c. Y is equal to mx plus c. This is the general form of the straight motion of the straight line graph. Okay. So let's understand what does it wants to say from this general form. Now here m is what and c is what? x is variable here. Okay, so x is variable. There is no need to understand what is variable here. Variable means its value will change. Means even in question, this x will remain x. This x will remain x, but the value of m and c will differ. And this is the sign of our, you can say, equation. Let's talk about m here. तो m क्या होता है? तो m is slope here. What? M is slope here. Now, if you will consider a slope, this here you can see this is also a slope. Whenever you need to know the value of, because this, if I will say what is the measure of, what is the measure of this slope, so you will say that its slope is theta. Okay. So what is the value of this theta? It will be actually P upon B, that is equal to tan theta, means P upon B. P is perpendicular, B is base. So from this I can conclude that slope is directly proportional to the tan theta. Okay? This is very important because you will also need this in your questions. Okay, I'm going to show you the question first. Then I'm going to talk further. So this is our question. Here it is given from the general equation. From the general equation from graph. So sorry, it is not general equation. हमें general equation ही form करना. We have to form equation on the basis of this graph. ठीक है? And it is included in this. So how I am going to talk, how I am going to find the value of theta? It is only with the help of tan theta. Yes, I am going to find out the value with the help of tan theta. Now it will go into trigonometry, but we are going to solve this question. But please wait. Okay. So there is a lot of significance of this tan theta. So don't underestimate it. Don't estimate this point. Okay. The situation of slope. Let's talk about different condition in case of slope. This slope can be positive, negative, 0 and infinite. This slope can be positive, negative, 0 and infinite. Let's talk about positive and negative. When this theta is less than 90 degree, then this slope will be always positive. Yes. When theta is less than 90 degree. Okay. And when it will become negative, it's opposite. When the theta is greater than 90 degree, then it will form the negative, and then it will form the negative slope. When it will become 0, when the slope will become 0, when the theta will become to 0 degree. Okay? For example, if I am taking this, so here you can see there is no theta here. So there is no theta here. So what can we conclude from it? That as the theta is equal to 0, the slope will also become 0. Now when it will become when the slope will become infinite, it will simply when the theta is equal to 90 degree. Means when the theta is less than 90 degree, it will become positive slope. When theta is greater than the 90 degree, it will form negative slope. When it will become 0, when the slope will become 0, when the theta is equal to 0. When the slope will become infinite, when the theta is equal to 90 degree, like this. So the theta is 90 degree. So it will form infinite slope. Then we are going to talk about this C. What is C here? This C is y-intercept. Y-intercept. Where, now what is y-intercept here? Where, let me tell you, where the slope will intersect the y-axis. Here you can see that, as I haven't drawn, but if I will draw further, it will go like this. This diagram will go like this. So here you can see that the slope is intersecting the y-axis at origin. Okay. So in this case, the C can also be of different type. Okay. So if the C is above origin, means if the slope is intersecting the y-axis above the origin, when the slope is intersecting the y-axis at origin. And last, when the slope will intersect the y-axis below the origin, means like this. Here you can see, sorry, I'm going to tell you, but wait. Below origin. I hope you all have understood, but let me tell. When the y-intercept will above origin, it will form plus C. When it will be at origin, it will become 0. Means C will become equal to 0. Okay? Then if it will come below the origin, means under the origin, it will become minus theta. Minus C means I'm going to draw all the three cases now. This is our first case. Yes. Here you can see it is intersecting above origin. Then it is intersecting here at origin. Last but not the least, in the last figure you can see that this is intersecting below the origin. Below the origin, so it is minus C. This was all about some of the basic information related to the straight line graph. Now we are going to solve, we are not going to solve a question, but we are going to discuss further how to put the graph. Now, whenever, it is very important, and this point where I will write it just after the पैराग्राफ. हियर यू कैन सी हमारे पास ये मेन हमारे पास लाइन है, मेन हमारा ये लिखा है, तो जहां पे भी हमारा मेन लिखा होगा उसके बगल में जो लिखूंगी इट विल बी वेरी 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 इंपॉर्टेंट. ठीक है. लाइक हियर आई एम राइटिंग दैट if y is directly proportional, means the power of x should be 1, not less than 1, not more than 1. If it will more than 1, if the power of 1 will become less than 1 or more than 1, it will form another type of graph. So be careful that y should be directly proportional to the x who has power of 1. Who has power of 1. So this is about straight line graph. Now, I'm going to just draw now, and you have to answer. I'm going to show some of the I'm going to show some of the situations to you. Now this is our slope number 1. This is our slope number 2. This is our slope number 3. Okay. Each of them are forming theta. Now you have to write general formula. Write, not general formula, it will be general form. You have to write general form of each. Okay. How you will write? This is 1, this is 2, this is 3. So first of all, before writing the answer, you just have to do some of the analysis. So in the first case, here you can see that the theta is less than 90 degree. Okay, this is about slope. It means our slope is positive here. Then here you can see that this slope is intersecting the y-axis above the origin. So it will become plus c. Okay. So I should write here the whatever analysis we have done. So our theta is less than 90 degree. Then our slope will be positive, and now c is also positive here. So I am writing plus c. In case of second, you can see the theta is less than 90 degree, but it is intersecting the y-axis at origin. So what can I say, that the value of c will be 0? Yes. Theta is less than 90 degree, m is equal to positive, and c is equal to 0. Our third will become, here you can see that theta is also less than 90 here, but the c is below the axis, below the origin. So can I write minus c? Yes. So theta is less than 90 degree, m is equal to positive, but there is minus c. So right answer of each of the for the first, what you will get, y is equal to mx plus c, because everything is positive. In case of second, your slope is positive, so y is equal to mx, but here c is 0, so there is no need to write c about c now. Okay. In case of third, y is equal to mx because m is positive here, but our c is negative here, means c and y intercept is negative here. So can I write y is equal to mx minus c? Yes. So this is about some of the problems related to straight line graph. Now I am going to take one more page, and in which I am going to talk about the general formula when, sorry, I am not going to take a page. Okay, we have already completed. Now whenever this theta will be bigger than 90 degree, then simply what you will write, y is equal to minus mx plus c. If y is equal to minus x, या फिर y is equal to minus x minus c. ठीक है? So simply this is all about your straight line graph. Let's come to our next topic to solve the our next topic. As you know, our next topic is now to solve some question related to the straight line graph. So I hope you all have understood. Now let me add a page so that I can start solving the questions. Okay. So our first question is, draw a graph between P and MV and S is equal to UT plus half of AT square. Here the you have to make the graph between P and V and S and U. Okay? Let me draw this in my next page. So our question is given that P is equal to M into V. It is given and it is asking that if I will make a XY graph, XY axis, then what type of graph it will be, and you have to plot graph between P and V. So this is very simple to solve. First of all, let me reduce the size. Okay, this is very simple. This is very easy to solve, because as you know that if y is directly proportional to x and the power of x should be 1, not less than 1, not more than 1. Here you can see already it is directly proportional, P and V. This is P, this is V. Here you can see that P is directly proportional to V. So can I say that it will form a straight line graph? Yes. So let me write the solution. As P is directly proportional to V, so by our general formula, by what we have understood till now, we will form a straight line. Now our next question is to plot a graph between S and U. S and U. What is our equation? S is equal to UT plus half of AT square. So this is equation of motion, second equation of motion. So let me write here first. B is equal to S is equal to UT plus half of AT square. Okay, and I have to plot here. This is our graph. This is XY axis, and I have to put it. I have to plot a graph between S and Y. Okay, S and Y. Again, you can observe here that this is S, this is U, because there is equal sign. Here you can see, can I say that S is also directly proportional to U? Yeah, U is directly proportional to S. Yes, of course. So we can say, so yeah, can we draw like this? Yes. Okay. So this is very easy questions. And if one more trick is there, that if the equation is given and if there is equal between those two x element and y element, it means it will be directly proportional, and if they will be directly proportional, they will simply form a straight line graph. Okay, our next question is, if 4y 3x plus 8, means we have given the equation for 4y is equal to 3x plus 8, draw its graph. So let me write here first. Our second question is, what is given? 4y is equal to 3x plus 8. 4y is equal to 3x plus 8. To solve it, y is equal to 3x 8. Now this 4 will go to here and will divide. Then you just have to solve here. So 3 by 4x plus 8 upon 4. So can I cut? So 4 to the 8. So here what you will get? Y is equal to 3 by 4 plus 3 by 4x plus 2. Yes. So here you can see that now what you have to do, you just have to observe the equation, the given equation. Here you can see, can I say that this 3 by 4 is our value of slope? Yes. And can I say that this 2 is showing, and no, this is plus 2. Here it is given plus. So can I say that this plus 2 graph at 2 unit above the origin? Yes, in plus manner means like this, above the origin, about at 2 units. So this will be, so this is our simplification. Now, let me write here, what is slope here? 3 by 4. Okay? And y-intercept is equal to 2. But now let me draw a graph. Okay, so this is graph. Here you can see that you can plot the intercept, means y-intercept you can plot at about 2 units. But how you will make the value of slope? How? Because slope is simply in the form of theta. Okay? Here you can see that if these slopes are given, they are with some theta. However, the magnitude is not given. But here the magnitude is given. That is, slope is equal to 3 by 4. Now, how you will take out the theta? Because without theta, you can't make the slope. Okay. So kindly remember, as I have already said that slope is equal to tan theta. Yes, and tan theta is equal to P upon B. Okay. So 3 by 4. 3 by 4 now, now forget that what is 3 by 4 here, why the 3 by 4, how you will take out the value. Just write tan theta is equal to slope. Now, what should be value of theta so that it can become 3 by 4? Its value should means what you have to do. Now you have to give the answer instantly in the comment box according to the time stamp. Okay? So that I can check. And now, well, you have to solve a question that what should be the value of theta so that it can give me the value of 3 by 4. It is very easy. If you have revised your notes of previous classes, that is from trigonometric ratios and trigonometric ratios for specific angles. Okay? So you can remember. Now, kindly, you just have to focus on, just have to remember. Okay, I hope you all have given the answer. If you haven't given, kindly give it in the comments box. If you will remember, simply tan theta is equal to 3 by 4, it is little bit confusing. Okay? So you just have to go through every angle, 0 degree, 30 degree, 45 degree, 60 degree, 90 degree, 120 degree, 135 degree, 150 degree, last 180 degree. But you will not get the value 3 by 4. But if you will consider special angles, that is 37 degree and 53 degree, simply you will get, if you will write tan 37 degree, you will get 3 by 4. Kindly, now you just have to do calculation in the mind. You just have to make a right triangle in your mind, and you have to put what you will get, 3 by 3, 4 and 5. Okay? 3 in the perpendicular, 4 in base and 5 in hypotenuse. So as you know, tan is equal to P upon B, perpendicular upon base. So 3 by 4. It means our theta value will be 37 degree. It is very important. Now you have to make a diagram. Okay? And as now you can see that theta is less than 90 degree. So can I say that the slope will be positive? Yes. So I think I can't draw only x axis and y axis. I just have to draw all the graph, means all the 4 quadrants. Okay? And Now just put the value. Can I draw like this? With theta is equal to 30. I know the value of my whatever theta I have put it. Okay, the value of theta is 37 degree. It is not exact, but can we assume that this is 37 degree? Yes, because here you can see that slope is our positive because 90 is greater than 37 degree here. Theta is less than 90 degree here. So can I say that this slope is positive? Yes, and one more thing which is important, we have forgotten it by for writing. Yes, y-intercept. What is the value of y-intercept here? It is 2. So I just have to write here that it is intersecting the y-axis at 2 unit. Okay, this was our solution of our second question, that was in which your value is given. Okay, your equation is given. You just have to solve the equation. You have to take out the value in the you just have to take out the exact value of your slope and your y-intercept. Okay, then automatically you can put the graph, you can plot on the graph. So should I solve the third question also? Should I solve or not? If you can easily do the question. Okay, because it is very simple question, and I think I should take one more page to make you all understood. So first of all, read this question. Each question here, whatever question I have given here, you all, they are very important. Means these three varieties of questions can be come in your MCQs, in your short answer question. It can be anywhere. Okay, but you have learned that from the formulas how you will plot the graph. Then you have understood that if the equation is given and you are asking to draw the graph, you have to plot the graph. You have understood. Now our third type of question is coming, in which your graph is given. Yes, in which your graph is given and you have to take out the equation. Okay, so just what I am going to do, I am going to draw it in my next pages so that I can solve it. Okay, where the page has gone? I think the page is deleted. Okay. So this is our third question. Okay. So what it is given? It is given 0, 4, 6 at y-axis. 0, 4, 6 and on upper side 8. And okay, all this was all about, it was given in your graph. Okay. I know I'll make a very rough diagram, but don't worry. The value of it is given in is theta. First of all, you can see now how you have to solve this type of question, in which your graph is given and you have to take out the general equation in the form of this form. Okay, and the graph that you have drawn previously, it is already given, and now you have to take out the value of tan theta and slope so that you can get easily the equation. Okay, so ultimately from this graph, what you have to derive? You just have to derive the value of slope and c-intercept. So by observing, can you see? Here can you observe that our y-intercept means the slope line is intersecting the y-axis at 8 unit? Yes. So can I write y-intercept y-intercept then our slope. So slope is given what? 8. Then slope. So for slope, the value of theta is not given. Can you see here that theta value is not given? Theta is just written as theta. But as I have already told you that slope is equal to tan theta. Okay? And tan theta is equal to P upon P. Okay? So let me write here first that tan theta. Okay? And tan theta is equal to P upon P. Here can you see that what is P and what is B here? You can observe the P is about of 8 units. Okay, so 8 and this is 6. 6. So 2 3 is 6, 2 4 is 8. 4 by 3. So now can you tell me the value that what is the value of theta when tan theta is equal to 4 by 3? Simply you just have to think on it. Yes, you should think upon the special angles. Yes, what you will get the answer? You will simply get answer that your angle you will be tan 53 degree. How? Let me show. You just have to make a triangle. 53. As I have already told you, it will be 5, it will be 4, it will be 3, and 4 by 3 means P upon B. So P upon B, 4 by 3. Okay? Okay. So now our value of, but one more thing, that there is no need to find out the tan 53 degree because already our theta is given. We don't have to plot the graph. We just have to make an equation. So kindly form it. Now, can I write y is equal to 4 by 3x plus 8? Now, you just have to solve it. 4 is equal to 4x upon 3. 4x plus, this will be 3. And sorry, this will be 1. 1 3 ja, 3 8 ja 24. It will become 3. And where it will go? 3y is equal to 4x plus 24. This will be our equation. It is very easy. Very, very easy, and graph are very easy. You just have to focus it. Okay, as I already told you, even if you have some doubt, kindly wait until our whole topic till today means some topics will be remained in our today's lecture, which will be related to graph, but till मतलब जहाँ तक समझ लोगे means when we are going to study till the parabolic graph, and this will be the end, but some of the tricks and some other topics will be covered in my next video. You just have to wait till the last of this video. Okay? So I hope you all have understood. We have solved all the 3 questions. All these 3 types of question are of different aspects, okay, covering different types of concept. I hope you all have understood, and let me recall one more time straight line graph. Okay? General form y is equal to mx plus c. Now kindly remember this y is equal to mx plus c will help you to get the value of slope and y-intercept. Also it will help you to form the general equation from the graph, as we have already discussed it. Third equation means graph is given and you just have to make the equation. Slope is equal to tan theta is equal to p upon p. Slope will be always directly proportional to the tan theta. Slope can be positive, negative, 0, infinite. When it will be positive, when the theta will be less than 90 degree, it will form positive slope. When the theta is greater than 90 degree, it will form negative slope. If the theta value is equal to 0, then the slope is also 0. If the theta value is 90 degree, exact 90 degree, it will form infinite slope. Then y-intercept. What is y-intercept? Where the slope line will intersect the x-axis. It can be on the origin. If the line is like here, you can see that on this graph the y-intercept is on the origin. It is intersecting the y-axis at origin. So it means the c is equal to 0 as it is given here. If it is below the graph like this, below the graph means below the origin, then it will form negative y-intercept, means minus c. When it will form positive c, above the origin. Okay. In case of here you can see we just have solved a question. Okay. We have just solved some of the questions. This was all about a straight line graph. I hope you all have understood. If you have any doubt related to these questions, you can ask me in comment section. Now, let's start with the inverse graph. So, as first of all, what is how inverse graph looks like? Okay. Only one question is there, and even this one question is not only based upon the inverse graph. It is mix of a straight line graph and its inverse graph, because actually here it is the question that after understanding the topic, automatically I am going to make you solve all the question. Okay, you will solve this question. This question is to test yourself. Okay, why? Because as I have already done previously, that in this question you have to put the graph, you have to plot the graph between two quantities. Okay, but as you know that because till now you have understood only straight line graph, so you will just make a straight line graph. But in our next question, draw the graph p is equal to mu r t. In this you have to put, means the question is same, but you have to put between two different kind of quantities. Also, these graph will be different. Okay, let me discuss that how this look like actually. So this is x-axis, y. Okay, this is our inverse graph. So this is our inverse graph. It can be of different types like this. This is inverse graph. Now, how you will know that you have to form an inverse graph? Okay. As I have kindly focused upon what I have said in the straight line graph, I have told that y should be directly proportional to x, but the x power should be equal to 1, not less than 1, not greater than 1. Means it should be 1, not less than 1, not bigger than 1. Okay. Actually, what happens? Inverse graph, can you imagine? Can you remember? Directly proportional, inversely proportional. What is my inverse? Inverse means which is less than, whose value will be less than 1. What are the common, general form from which you can recognize that if y is directly proportional to the x having power of less than 1, means minus 1. Okay, yeah, y is given 1 upon x. Yeah, in the same way, if x is directly proportional to y minus 1. Sorry, it will not be like this, but these two things are important. These two are important aspects. Two different important aspects. Means some other things that for example, also one more thing. If, okay, let me know that if P and V, if x into y is equal to constant is equal to given, means if the equation is given like this, means x into y is equal to constant. What will it be inversely proportional? Yes, of course, because if it is given like this, x into y is equal to constant. Okay, so simply it will form y is equal to minus 1. Means x is indirectly proportional to y, inversely proportional to y. Okay, so if even this kind of things are given, that x into y is equal to constant, it will be same. Means three criteria are given, that if y is if this in this form it is written, means all these are showing same things. They all are inversely proportional to each other, but they are written in different form. I just have written in all these forms so that you can understand easily. Okay, that's all about the inverse graph. It is very simple, it is very easy. But let me solve a question. For example, if, as you know, that magnitude you have already understood in units and dimension, that magnitude into unit is equal to constant. Means, for example, if I am writing 1 kg, so here you can see 1 is my magnitude. And what is this kg? What is this kg? Kg is simply unit. So can I say that magnitude into unit is equal to constant? Yes, of course. So if you are writing in this way, that magnitude into unit is equal to constant, it will be simply wrong. Okay? So I'm just going to erase it and writing it into this form. So as I have already told you, that if you will multiply magnitude with unit, you will simply get a constant 15 kg. 15 is number, means magnitude, and kg is unit. If you will multiply both these, you will get what? 15 kg. Okay, and for this 15 kg is constant. Okay, so can I say that it will also form an inverse graph? Yes. Okay, because here you can see the criteria. X into y is equal to constant. So if I will ask in the question that you have to put a graph between magnitude and unit, what type of graph I will draw? Yeah, I will plot like this. Like this. So this was all about inverse graph. That's all. there is no anything other than this. Okay. Now this is our next condition which is unique in it, that what will happen here, how you will solve the question, how you will plot the graph if the value, power, x is power here, power of x is increasing. Means if I'm writing y is directly proportional to the x minus y, if I'm writing y is equal to x minus 2, y is equal to, let me write it with pen. If it is given that y1 is directly proportional, if y is directly proportional to the x raised to the power minus 1, this is y1. Next, y2 is directly proportional to the x raised to the power minus 2. Why I'm writing y1, y2 to show you. So because I'm also going to draw the graph now. I'm going to plot the graph. So that you can recognize that which is y1, which is condition 1, which is condition 2, which is condition 3. Okay. So only for that. Okay. So there is no reason behind writing y1, y2, y3. Only you just have to focus here. Means in these powers. Okay. Minus 3. Okay. You just have to, I'm going to write it again. So, okay, I'm going to draw the x-axis and y-axis now. Okay. This is not working. Okay. So if I will need to plot the graph, what I will do? Simply, I'm going to make I'm just going to draw the graph. Plot the graph. You just have to focus on it. Okay. This is y-axis. This is x-axis, and now this is our it has a common point. Now you have to focus here. Here you can see that because the value is same, only the power is changing, it has a common point. That's why it has a common point. But why it has different types of, means it has some of the graph has a little bit steep. Do you know what's steep here? Actually ये जितना देखो यहाँ पे ये उतना ज़्यादा ही लेटा हुआ है y1, y2 को ऑब्जर्व करें तो वो उससे थोड़ा सा ज़्यादा स्टीपर हुआ है, थोड़ा सा ज़्यादा खड़ा हुआ है. ठीक है. और तीसरे को देखो तो और ज़्यादा क्या स्टैंड, मतलब वो ज़्यादा मतलब एक स्टीप कर रहा है. ठीक है. वो ज़्यादा स्टीप को और ज़्यादा खड़ा है. यानी कि अगर हम कंपेयर करें तो सबसे ज़्यादा लेटा कौन है? y1, देन y2 एंड देन y3. सबसे ज्यादा स्टीपर कौन है? y3, फिर y2 और y1. means आपको ये learn करना है, and I'm going to write it in the English, and you can understand that the more power will be, the more steeper graph will become. जितना ज़्यादा पावर बढ़ेगा उतना ज़्यादा ही उसका ग्राफ स्टीपर होगा, उतना ही ज़्यादा वो खड़ा रहेगा. ठीक है? As you can already you can observe everything here. So this was all about our inverse graph. Yes, it is all about the inverse graph. Actually, our main graph was a straight line graph. You just have, if you have understood the straight line graph, automatically, simply you will understand the inverse graph also. Okay? So this, kindly recall it, and then we are going to solve this question. Okay? And because I am very excited to solve this question, as it is a little bit tricky. Okay? So let's start with the inverse graph. What are the three conditions given? Y is equal to x raised to the power minus 1, या फिर in the form of y is directly proportional to 1 upon x, x into y is equal to constant. ठीक है? For example, we have taken an example. This is n means magnitude here, u means unit. It will always give to constant. As you can see here, 15 into kg. You have multiplied magnitude with unit, you have got the constant. ठीक है? And there is no need of this graph. I just have shown that how the inverse graph look like. Okay. So if you will ask that you have to put the value between an a and b, means magnitude and unit, what you will answer? You will just draw an inverse graph, because you are seeing that it is equal to the constant. Then our second concept of inverse graph is very important, very important, because it can also be in MCQs of NEET, in which you will be asked that this graph is given and this power is increasing. Okay? And you have to put the value of y3, y1, y2, y2, y3, y2, y2, y1. Okay? So the more power will be, the more steeper graph will become. Okay? Let's come to our next topic to solve this question. Okay. What our graph and what our question is saying, that it is given a formula PV is equal to mu RT. You have to plot graph okay. So between what? PV and P 1 upon P. PV and P 1 upon V. This is very important concept, and you should understand it with a little bit focus. Okay. 1 upon V. Okay. Let me highlight these. PV P 1 by V. Now I am giving time of about 5 to 10 seconds. I'm just waiting. You have to think on it. You can also pause the video, and you can see, you can understand that how you will plot the graph. Recall one thing, that it is just testing you. The graph you can plot, it can be of a straight line, it can be straight line graph. The graph can be like a straight line graph or inverse graph. Okay? So kindly think on it. Think on it, that which type of graph you are going to plot. Okay? So take your time. Okay. So PV is equal to mu RT. Here, first of all, we are considering our graph number first. Okay? This is our graph number first, and this is our graph number second. Okay? So first of all, you have to see that what is the placement of these both x and y elements. Okay, means if it is asking that P, you have to put the graph, you have to plot the graph between P and V. So just you need to understand that where these are. Okay, where these are situated. Okay, so here you can see in case of first graph, we can observe that PV is equal to constant because you are considering these two things, and here P is dependent while V is not independent. So all of these will become, as I have already told you, it will become constant. So there is no need to understand it, and there is no need to go deep into it. You're confused between these things. So it will, can I write PV is equal to constant? Yes. As all of these have become constant. Okay. So PV is equal to constant, and here what it is saying that you have to put the graph between P and V. So can I write in the place of V as x and y, P in case of P, can I write y? So this is y into, I'm going to put the value of x. Just going to put it, okay, so that you can be clear. So y into x is equal to constant. It means it is just following the criteria, that is x or y is equal to constant. Now, if you will see, if you will remember what kind of graph you are going to plot in this, simply what it will be, inverse graph, because you can see that x into y is equal to constant. If anywhere it is given, simply what you have to do, you just have to what? You just have to do you just have to draw an inverse graph. Okay, an inverse graph. So I'm going to draw it. This is our graph. Now, for our graph number 2, for our second graph, most of the people will get confused in this second graph. Here you can see that again P, this is V. Okay, but you have to put the value between P and you have to plot the graph of between P and 1 by V. So first of all, by the question can I write P into V is equal to constant? Okay, means x into y is equal to constant. Okay, so can I write that x is inversely proportional to y? Here means, can I write in the place of this P is indirectly proportional to the 1 by V? Yes. But here you can see, if you will follow it, you will simply, what you will do? You will simply going to draw an inverse graph, because here you can see that it is showing the criteria of what? The inverse graph. But as we have done in our previous question, you have to put the value. If you will put in case of P, it will become x. But in case of 1 by V, it is not saying only V. It is not saying only V. So can I write 1 by V as y? Yes, because it is taking all the value that is 1 by V. Okay. So can I write that now x will be directly proportional to the y, which will give the graph that is straight line? This is very interesting question and I hope you have enjoyed it. So this was about our question, that is of the inverse graph. So this was actually tricky because most of the students will get confused in this area, because they will consider that P is equal to, okay, and how they will solve the question. They will put the value of x in case of P, but they will write in only as x. Here it will become mistake, because the question is considering 1 by v as a whole. It is not saying that v is equal to x. Here it was saying that v is equal to x, but here it is taking 1 by v as a whole, means it is saying that x is equal to 1 by v. Okay, so it will become x is directly proportional to y. That's all about our inverse graph. Let's come to our next topic to understand our parabola. So let's come to our next topic. Our next topic is now parabolic graph. So as we have completed our straight line graph, inverse graph, and this is our last topic, and after this our class will be complete. Okay. So what do you understand by parabolic या फिर parabola? Okay, let me draw a parabola. In your class 10th or 9th, yes, in class 10th, you have a polynomials chapter in which you have understood that what is parabola exactly. You haven't studied it very deep in, but you were given some equations and you just have to put a parabola. Okay, you make a parabola on the graph. So that's all. But what is parabola actually? So for example, this is our graph. So this is our upward parabola and this is our downward parabola. That's our parabolic graph. So first of all, as I have told you that if y is directly proportional to x with power 1, it will form straight line graph. If it will less than 1, it will form inverse graph. But if it will more than 1, if that value of, okay, let me tell you. If the value of, for example, till now we have understood that if the y is directly proportional to x, 1 is given, straight line graph. If less than 1 means like -1, -2, -3. So if -1 means less than 1 given, so you will use inverse graph. But what will happen if this value of 1, that is x raised to the power 1, will be about x raised to the power 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if this kind of value will come, simply what you have to do, you just have to draw a parabolic graph. Yes, let's talk about these criteria in detail. And I think we have already came into last topic, and this is our question in which we are going to talk about. This is our question of this exercise, and this will be, here you can see about 4 graphs are given. You have to plot. Okay, so it will be also very interesting. Let me put a sticker here. Yes, this is your sticker. Let's start with the parabolic graph. Okay, if now I am going to write with criteria. If y is directly proportional with x whose power is 2, okay, ये more than 1, okay. So x whose power is more than 1, that is 2. If y is directly proportional to the minus x raised to the power 2, means the power is same, but here the x was in positive, here the x is negative. So in case of this situation, what you are going to do? You are going to plot graph like this. This is our parabola. Let me bold it. In case of this, in case of our, this is the first criteria, this is second criteria. In case of this criteria where the x is negative, what we are going to do? We are going to make it a little different. It will also form parabola, but in different way. Simply it will be downward parabola. Let me fold it. Understood? This will be in negative. So this is for positive and this is for negative. The only difference is it will become upward parabola, it will become downward parabola. Also one note is there. Half parabola can also be drawn. How? It can be like this. It's a paragraph. Okay. This is simply a note. Half parabola can also be drawn. Means I just want to tell you that it is not necessary that it will always complete parabola. Sometimes it can be like this. Sometimes it can be like this. Sometimes it can be like this. So there is it is not important that whole parabola will be given. It will be based upon your criteria. What is equation is given, what type of equation is given. Okay. Also, this is a special case and you should it is very important and you should learn it. Okay. And most of the time the question arises from here. If y is directly proportional to the under root x, या फिर if you will square on both side, by squaring both side you will get y square is directly proportional to x. If any of these criteria will be given, y is directly proportional to the under root x, या फिर y square is directly proportional to x, in both cases our graph will be something like this. Yes, this is our graph. If this type of problems will be given. That's all about our parabolic graph. Here our parabolic graph used to complete. Okay? Let us recall it one more time. For this criteria, where the power is more than 1, then it will form parabolic graph. If the magnitude of x is positive, then it will form upward parabola. If the magnitude of x will be negative, then it will form downward parabola. Also, half parabola also exists. Okay? In case of if y is directly proportional to the under root x, and if you will do square both sides, what you will get? Y square is directly proportional to x. If in both these conditions, our graph will be something like this, and it is very important because I have seen a lot of questions which is based upon this. Then let's come to our questions now. So I'm going to divide the section in 4 parts. So what is our formula is given. It is just, as you know, that it is just a formula of some time period of simple pendulum. Okay, this is the formula and I'm just going to write it here. 2 pi t is equal to 2 pi under root L upon G. L upon G, this is our formula. Now, your first question is, it is asking you to just do what? You have to plot the graph between T and L. T and L. Here you can see that this is an upper side above the dash. Okay? So can I write that T is directly proportional to the under root L? Yes. Kindly, you have to focus on here, because equal will convert it into directly proportional, and these 2 pi and under root G will become constant. So what you will get? You will get T is directly proportional to under root L. And now guess what kind of graph it will form. Okay, it will form graph like this. But before that, as you know, T is y here, so I'm going to write T as y. It is only, means in the case of x-axis, here you can see it is only considering L, not under root L. So I will just put L, x in place of L, x in place of L. So can I write x under root x? So what kind of criteria is it, and what does it shows? Which type of graph it shows? Simply this type of graph it shows. Yes. Okay. Let's come in our second part. Okay. So in our second part, it is asking, this is under root L. Okay. So this is under root L. Okay, I'm going to erase it and I should erase it and write it a little clear. Under root L. It is given here under root L. Now again, you have to focus T and under root L. So here again you will find T is directly proportional to L. Okay. Now T is in y component here, so I will write y directly proportional. Then this is considering whole L, well, sorry, not whole L, under root L as whole. So can I replace under root L with x? Simple x. Because here you can see why I have written under root as it is. Why? Because here you can see the difference is in x component it is only considering the L. So you have to replace x with only L. But here in our second case, this is taking whole under root L. So can I say that x is equal to under root L? Yes. So I will just write y is directly proportional to x. Now tell me in the comment section that what kind of graph it will form. It will simply form our straight line graph. Okay? Don't worry. Last question, I will give you the homework as homework. Okay? Our third question. Let's focus on our third question. Wait, have one. Okay. Again, now in our third case, it is saying T and G. You have to plot graph between T and G. Here you can see that how it is written. If you will take 2 pi under root L as a constant, okay, so what you will get, T is directly proportional to the half of under root G. Okay, half of under root G. By squaring both sides, what you will get, T square is type 1 by G. Okay, T is what here? T is y here, y square. Directly it is considering only G. It is asking only for G. So I am going to replace G with X. Okay, X. Now, what kind of graph it will form? Let me know in the comment section. It is a little bit confusing but very important, because sometimes you will get confusion, and it's very important to clear it. Kindly let me know in the comment section. I'm waiting. Okay, so you can also tell me after pausing the video. So your answer will be simply an inverse graph. Why? Because you join here, you will say what was our criteria? It was saying that if y square is there, it should be directly proportional, not indirectly proportional. So here y square, there is no meaning of y square now, because it is inversely proportional now. So you will get an inverse graph. So let me draw here. Doesn't I have done it? So it will simply form diagram like this, and it will form this kind. Now I am going to give you this, means last question in homework, and in our next lecture I'm going to talk about it. Yeah, I'm going to discuss the homework, this question, in my next video. So what you have to do, you just have to consider T and under root G. I'm going to give you a little bit hint. So T and G, all other components of this formula will become constant. So T is directly proportional to under root G. Okay. Now after this, you have to do the question, and you will get answers soon in next video. So I hope I have already recorded everything. Now we have already completed our today's target. Our target was related to graph. We have just started our graph, and don't worry, our graph is also completed. Only few topics are remained. Okay, and don't worry about it. We are going to complete it in our next video, and I think our video will complete in about 4 parts. Okay, I'm going to confirm it. It will be completed 4 parts. Okay. So what we have completed today? We have achieved our target, that is straight line graph, inverse graph, parabolic graph. Okay, and this was basic information related to the graph. X-axis is independent. X-axis component will always be independent. Y-axis will be dependent. Okay, and how I also have given examples that how it is working, so that I can make you understand. Straight line graph is very important. We have solved a question also. I think I haven't given questions, your homework, in other graphs other than parabolic. So this is your homework. And what is remained? Actually, as I told you that our video will complete in 4 parts. But even after 4 parts, our vector will be remain. So don't worry about the vector. We are going to complete the vector. But if we are talking about basic maths, we are going to complete in 4 parts. Why 4 parts? Because in first part we have completed trigonometries related topics. Second, we have started the graph. In third, we are going to talk about tricks related to the graph. Okay? Very exponential graph, equation of circle, equation of ellipse, variation between graph. All these means I think these 3 topics will complete in only about 10 minutes, only 10 minutes. So our third part of this video is going to be very short, okay? And that's all about today. So we have completed our today's video also. If you have any doubt, you can ask me in comment section, and you also have to complete the homework and give me some of the improvements that you can see that I will need to do it. And that's all. Thanks for watching.